At the very beginning of the movie, we learn about hundreds of years holding sea creatures against mankind. Destruction is coming, that's why the ocean. The king of a coastal kingdom is some hunter. Seafarers throw large ships, send all those monstrous marines to acknowledge the animals, means this practice has been going on since ancient times. Lineage, all these sailors and tradition goes to the sea to confess, and in return they ask special from their king, queen, some get gifts. And this is the present time. The most of all hunting ships, a famous ship is the one called the Inhabitable the ship, and the story of this movie is about this ship has developed. The ship that is at the helm, Captain Crew. His first partner is Sarah Sharp, and the main character of this movie is Jack Holland. Here we know this, the ship called Inhabitable's Captain Crew. His descendants inherited it. His father once was a captain of the ship. Before that, his grandfather was, and now he is. That there are so many incidents of the ship from the past. Many books have been written about it. So this is it. Many people have heard the story of the ship. Whatever. This is seen here along the middle of the sea. When the ship moves in a certain direction, we get to know the name Red Blaster. Because of a terrible sea monster, Captain Crew one day his one eye lost. That's why all his life I want to kill Red Blaster. And now they have to admit that monster went out for the purpose.
A long way this time. When they cross the Red Blaster, they will know when they meet. Adjacent to them is a marine. The hunting ship is in danger. Means any other. A sea monster attacked that ship did. So according to the rules of hunters, they turned their ship and appeared to the ship, and the plan is forgiveness. Kills the monster too, after which Captain Crow cut the monster down. I mean, they who kill this monster as proof, they do this every time, does. But in the last time, that monster with Captain Crow dying, lost under the water, from where he rescued Jack. Then it can be seen, Captain Crow tells Jack the lineage. Although he is traditionally the captain of this ship, the next captain will be Jack, because there are no more qualified people like him on this ship. No one, anywhere. Here is where we find out Jack is no of the captain's own. Jack was the captain of the sea when he was very young. Came on collected from. Probably Jack is the one. Also on board their ships, while traveling on ships, the sea monster attacks. As a result, his parents lose everyone. And since then, the captain grew up at sea. He is currently learning the etiquette of hunters, became a skilled hunter. This time Jack will be made captain of this ship. Jack was overjoyed after hearing this. But Captain Crow says it's Red after confessing to Red Blaster. Next to in a moment, Jack told the captain this after the fight. The ship is now, the situation is very bad.
So, at the moment then should go back, because in this situation, Red defeat them when confronted by Blaster Inevitable. Hence, the gift from the king to the queen. After collecting money, this ship healed them again to Red. Blasters will come out to confess. As a result, the captain also agreed to listen to Jack becomes. This time, after returning to their state, we see many ordinary citizens a royal welcome. That sees we understand very well now. Predator sailors are one to the common people the hero. Anyway, later when they are theirs, Oisthiums, the king took the lion of that monster to admit it. The gift bearer appeared before the queen greedy. Then the king-queen told them. The commander, admiral told them. Prayed. Despite the blaster facing them, their Red Blaster for their rules came back without being attacked. So this is it. No gift will be given to them at the moment. No heroes. And also to Rizari captain tell no more hunters, since then no need to go to sea. Because the commander, one called the imperator led by an admiral, modern ships will go to see all that, to admit actions. Captain Crow, after seeing the ship, he told the king and queen this, the ship is nothing in front of all those monsters can't last. These words Captain Crow argues with the commander. If caught, the queen will arrest the captain, gives orders, judge in time Jack Renimakir.
A ship built by the commander on request. At the same time giving them one more chance, Hawk, to acknowledge Red Blaster. If they fail this time too, then Ranina, whatever will punish them, will happen. In these words, the king and queen, all commanders and admirals, agreed. Now when they are again theirs, suddenly he crossed the sea with a ship. In their ship they called Maisi Brahmal, finds an orphan girl, that them came to their ship without informing. Actually, Maisi's parents were also hunters, who died while hunting at sea. that because Maisie also wanted to be marine, to hunt in the sea together with hunters to go, so that he died of his parents can take revenge. And this is exactly why he's an orphan. While staying at the ashram, he read various books, start learning about marine predators by doing, from where he can find out now called The Inhabitable by Captain Crow. A ship is the best. So he has been ever since he decided to leave on this ship. That due to these ships, when returning to their state, went to meet Maisie, Jack wanted to come aboard their ship. But Maisie, Jack named because he was so short, forbidden to come aboard. Even in a car, picked him up again towards Anand Ashram sent. But Maisie is clever. Come to their ship, this time Jack him. Here a decision is made by the nearest one, he'll be dropped off at the port. But Captain Crow, on the death of his parents, after hearing the incident, leave him in this ship, takes decision. Then finally, when their Red Blaster is first to be encountered, Red Blaster attacks them. Then Captain and all their crew members, Red Blaster with the help of some ropes are attached to the body.
Then kill him. For when the captain began to try, then the red blaster of the sea is seen. A rotation is created by twisting in between, by doing which Massey sees through a knife. Cut that rope, because he understands if that rope is not cut, it could be Red Blaster sinks their ship will give. Now their ship is out of danger. Massey and Jack are both released though fell into the sea, a small one from there. After boarding the boat, the captain angrily ordered to Jack to bring the girl on board at once because Red Blaster escaped because of that girl has been able. But before boarding the ship, Red Blaster, the two of them with that little boat swallowed completely. Then Red is seen. They are both alive inside the mouth of the blaster has. As a result, they both started planning by doing what they can do next. But sometime they see Red Blaster drops them on an island. Gives Massey understands Red Blaster about all the stories he had heard so far, or they are completely wrong in the book because this monster isn't that bad. So then he would have killed them both long ago. But Jack has this attitude completely denied. He refuses to accept it at all. Monsters can be good too.
Anyway, on this island, after spending some time, there is a small one. Makes friends with animals, whose he names Blue. But unfortunately, there is a beast of the island, attacks them, comes to do. That is why they belong to that broken boat, escape from there with help by trying. But with water, suddenly a sea creature is upon them. Attack from whom? He saves them, Red Blaster. Maishir, in this fight, a little friend, also helps them. After which, Red began to think a little from Jack that all they've heard about Red Blaster maybe it's really wrong. Whatever, then Mayushir somehow Red Blaster demotes them from this secluded place. It is as if he is carrying 3 people on his back, leads them from where they are, can return home. Result, Red Blaster according to Mayushir, the 3 of them on her back, seated and started to travel in a certain direction by doing. On the other hand, Captain Crow Jack died, Red Blaster went with this attitude becoming more determined to kill. Get up, Captain with Sarah, Captain requests to go back from here, for because the condition of the ships is very bad.
Trader, port, reach. Although hearing the name of this businessman, Sarah tries to convince the captain a lot. Approaching it does more harm than good will be, but the captain did not listen to anyone. Meet Gwen, that captain including every crew member of his ship. Instead of the whole ship, a terrible seed is added, gives arrows through which easily Red Blaster can be killed. But him, after killing the captain of that ship, will hand over to the businessman. In the meantime, at last, they rode on the back of Red Blaster, arrived at an island. But Jack understood them in no time. The commander made the modern one called Imperator. The ship is right around them. This time they see Red Blaster on him began to attack. That's why Red Blaster destroys the ship, completely destroys. But among these, Mashi was injured. Jack is also kind of red, tries to stop Blaster, but at that moment the captain appeared. He arrives at the location with his ship. This time, Red Blaster saw that ship, proceeds to attack them. What Captain Crow sees is the seed involved. Red Blaster is easily shot by arrows, defeated, but the arrow with that seed is red immediately opened from the back of the blaster is taken. Because the captain wanted Red Blaster is alive before the king to appear. This time about the captain, according to all the crew members of that ship, match Red Blaster with a rope tied to the ship.
Then they aimed at wounding through a small boat. Jack arrives with Maisie near this time. Seeing Maisie injured, They quickly started her treatment, and all the events that happened to Jack listen to the captain, so that Red Blaster is released. But this is the captain not wanting to listen to Jack at the moment. As a result, they appeared with that monster in their kingdom. Meanwhile, Maisie recovered. Red Blaster started trying to free them from their grip, but Macy is locked in a room on the ship Gives. This time, luckily, it's his little one. What does that room look like to friend Blue Mouse? Liberates from. As a result, Maisie is there. After being freed, the ship reaches directly Red Blaster tied with rope behind Near, but by now they are before the king appears. And Captain Crow, King Red goes ahead to kill Blaster, but Jack prevented the captain from doing this. As a result, they began the captain and fight between Jacks. Meanwhile, Maisie, with the help of the captain's mate Sarah, cut the rope and freed Red Blaster. Actually, Serao, while on the ship, is Maisie influenced by speech. I mean, he too, all these mariners understood animals are never on humans by themselves. Does not attack. They save themselves. That's why they attack people.
So, this is it. Help in this task at the moment. By doing anyway, the Red Blaster rope tie. Freed from everything there as Mockery started giving. And last captain goes to kill Crow. But okay, Maishi. Red Blaster at the last minute, appearing at the front is Captain Crow, rescued from the hand. Seeing this scene, starting from the king and queen present there, all the ordinary people were completely surprised goes. Then Jack Red appears. Appearing in front of the blaster, in his hand, explained to him by breaking the tool. Gives people with marine animals. The fight is completely over from today. Then it's his belly riding Maisie is all common out there. Tell people that we have been books for so long. Read or in people's mouth all these marine. The stories I have heard about animals. Totally false. Farpon 7. In fact, these events are arranged by the royal family. Incident so that they take the help of this incident, can suppress the subjects, and their empire can expand. Hearing this, both the king and the queen are their general's orders to kill them now. But the general is also the king's order at the moment disobey, because his parents too, one day, lost their life as a marine predator, for which this royal family is responsible. Even all the people present there at that moment shouted, "Red Blaster, let it go from here."
As a result, unintentionally jurid unintended, however the king is obliged to accept this at the moment, is Red. Can be seen to the last, freeing Blaster from their Hay and Maeshi. Blue and Jack together, a new life for them as family, starting with, and this is where the movie ends.